Rule number one, man, when it comes to your partners, bro. I ain't even gonna say your partners, man, because in this video right here, like Baby Joe supposedly, allegedly, they stole 70K from NBA YoungBoy. I'm gonna tell you right here, man. Make sure you leave your money somewhere safe. I don't give a damn how cool you think you is with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Money make a folk, money make people do some of the craziest things, bro. Money will make a person cross you over that you think will never cross you over. But we don't know 100%. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna need y'all to get them comments and let me know what y'all think about this video. We finna get straight into it.
Tell y'all this shit, cause this shit really been fucking with me, really been eating me up. I ain't never stiffing none of my pop.
I'm telling you all this because it's been eating me alive, bro. It's been messing with my head for real. I never stiffed none of my partners. Those were the words that broke the internet. Straight from the heart of a man who once stood shoulder to shoulder with NBA YoungBoy.
Right.
But what happens when your day one brother, the same one who helped you build your whole empire from nothing, allegedly runs off with $70,000 and then claims you were too high to even remember giving it to him? Yeah, this ain't just another rap beef. This is personal. The entire hip-hop scene is split down the middle, trying to figure out who's telling the truth between NBA YoungBoy and his longtime right-hand man, BBG Baby Joe. These two built something real in the streets of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a bond born from struggle, hunger, and ambition. Together, they turned nothing into a multi-million-dollar movement that took over the South.
There was a situation that took place on social media that I want to see if you could clear up for everybody, man. Because people were saying, now this is rumor, this ain't me, they were saying that you had allegedly taken 70K from NBA YoungBoy somehow.
Some shit I holler at my brother about when he come home type. This some, some in-house shit.
Okay, now why would people think that you had taken 70K from NBA YoungBoy?
Shit, he ain't said it in the song.
But now, that same brotherhood is hanging by a thread, ripped apart by betrayal, pride, and a pile of missing cash. And just when fans thought the story couldn't get any messier, Baby Joe went public with a shocking new explanation that flipped everything upside down. His emotional response had people questioning everything they thought they knew about this feud.
See, now right here, this is what gets me, bro. If you did do something wrong, or if you didn't do something wrong, this is not the time to go trying to bash somebody on what they done. You know what I'm saying? Because right here, he finna basically get ready to say, like, oh, NBA YoungBoy was on drugs. He was, he was out of his mind. And then he was locked up at the time when this took place. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is not the time to be talking about what NBA YoungBoy done did in his past time. You know what I'm saying? It's time to clear yourself up. If you feel like you need to. If you don't, then hey, it is what it is.
And trust me, by the time we unpack this entire situation, you'll see that this drama ain't really about money. It's about loyalty, ego, and survival in a game that eats its own alive. So stay locked in, because what went down between these two could easily be one of the craziest betrayals hip-hop's ever seen. And the wildest part? Baby Joe might be begging YoungBoy to take him back, even while watching his career and millions of dollars crumble in real time. Let me paint the picture for you real quick. Back in Baton Rouge, before the fame, before the jewelry and tour buses, NBA YoungBoy and BBG Baby Joe were brothers in arms. They came up side by side, surviving the chaos together, fighting their way out of the mud. This wasn't no industry-made friendship. This was real-life loyalty. Baby Joe wasn't just tagging along for clout. Nah, he was in the trenches, in the studio, helping YoungBoy find that raw, authentic sound that made him a superstar. You can see it in the early videos. The hunger, the passion, the brotherhood. These two fed off each other's energy, balancing each other's styles like fire and gasoline. When they formed the BBG movement, it wasn't just about rap. It was a symbol of that Baton Rouge mindset. Loyalty, pain, and power. They represented the type of brotherhood that the streets respect. One built on trust, survival, and mutual ambition. Together, they built something that felt unstoppable. But here's the truth about the music game. Once the money starts flowing, everything changes. The same loyalty that held people together in the struggle can crumble under the pressure of fame, greed, and jealousy. People you used to die for start acting funny, and suddenly, love turns into suspicion. And that's exactly what fans believe happened between NBA YoungBoy and Baby Joe. According to the streets, YoungBoy accused Baby Joe of taking $70,000 behind his back, and that's when everything exploded. 70 grand might not sound like much in the rap world.
Look, tell y'all this shit, cause this shit really been fucking with me, really been eating me up. I ain't never stiffing none of my partners, bro. You know what I mean? I was giving it high, giving it, you know.
Now I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. Do y'all think that, you know, Baby Joe really took $70,000 from NBA YoungBoy, or do y'all feel like this is a sincere, you know what I'm saying, like I didn't do it type situation? Y'all get in the comments and let me know. Me personally, I don't know yet. I can't even really say, but I don't know what y'all think about it. Y'all make sure y'all get in the comments and let me know if y'all think he took $70,000 from NBA YoungBoy, or do y'all think NBA YoungBoy was tripping?
If you take millions, sometimes you forget stuff. You feel me? But like, I ain't no troll. That's why I ain't never gonna do this shit. But like, it's kind of getting out of hand. I ain't never go in my mood like that. Nigga too thorough. Nigga changed my life. You feel me? Like, and that shit be hurting my feelings. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit be getting to me. I don't know, really.
But in their circle, it wasn't about the money. It was about trust. When your brother thinks you crossed him, no dollar amount can fix that wound. So how did things go from family to fallout? And what exactly did Baby Joe reveal in that emotional statement that had everyone clutching their phones in disbelief? Because the story he told about that night, and how it all went down, might just change everything you thought you knew about this entire situation. That ain't no small change we're talking about. That's life-changing money. 70 grand can flip a person's whole situation overnight. And that's exactly why this story hit the culture so hard. But what made it go nuclear wasn't just the amount, it was how it all came out. See, NBA YoungBoy didn't pull Baby Joe aside for a private talk like you'd expect between brothers who've been through war together.
$2.5 million in the house, y'all. 2.5 million cash money. Cash money, million days, cash money. You think I steal 70,000? I'm finna throw this plate away and hold back to see what y'all say. $2.5 million. If you steal $1, you still gonna be a thief. $2.5 million I counted. So I only took 70. Y'all think of that and make that make sense to me, brother. I'm finna go dump this plate.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've known people that had to, you know what I'm saying, like basically explain themselves when it comes to certain situations. And I ain't gonna count, man. What he said right there make 100%. It just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense, right? $2.5 million. You think I'm only gonna take $70,000? If you take $1, you a thief. You know what I'm saying? Why would you throw away the whole bag for $70K? I'm sure that, you know, within this whole little run, just like this master tour that NBA YoungBoy got going on, I'm sure he gonna break his partners off with $70,000 by the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I would think that he is. You know what I'm saying? But you never know, man. You never know. Might not be paying them boys nothing but a little $5,000 or something like that to go standing around bouncing on the stage and things like that. But at the end of the day, man, I'm sure you talking about a multi-million-dollar guy like NBA YoungBoy, and you know you got the richest homeboy out right now, bro. You got the richest partner out, so I'm sure you know $70,000. I don't see why you would do it either. But hey, money talk. You see it, might just take it. I don't know. I can't. You know, y'all drop in the comments and let me know what y'all think.
Nah, he aired it out through his music. Out of nowhere, fans started catching subliminals, decoding bars, and connecting dots between cryptic lyrics and old Instagram posts. It was like watching a mystery movie unfold in real time, except this one was spilling all over social media. Before long, the internet was in full detective mode. Every bar was being replayed, every live stream was being analyzed frame by frame. The streets were talking, the blogs were posting, and fans were arguing over who was really in the wrong. Some people swore that Baby Joe had gotten greedy, that he snatched the cash, thinking YoungBoy wouldn't trip because they were family. Others insisted something deeper had to be going on.
My pride probably the biggest one. You know, that's really what it is. My pride, the biggest one.
Because why would a
Can't
man
let your pride
already
get in
living
the way.
good off BBG risk his entire legacy over 70 grand?
That's your brother.
Let's be real, Baby Joe wasn't broke. He had deals, collabs, and his own name buzzing. To him, 70,000 was a blessing. but it wasn't worth burning a bridge with the man who helped him rise. It just didn't add up. That's when people started saying maybe the situation wasn't about the money at all. Maybe it was about ego, pride, or that silent competition that sometimes creeps into brotherhoods once fame gets involved. And to make things even wilder, YoungBoy never directly confirmed anything. He didn't go on live, didn't do interviews, didn't drop receipts. He just started cutting people off, one by one. Baby Joe's name slowly disappeared from the crew. No more features. No more posts. Just silence. And in this game, silence can speak louder than words. That left the internet to run wild with theories. Some said Baby Joe had been moving suspicious for months, maybe testing boundaries, maybe feeling entitled after helping build the brand. Others whispered that jealousy might have crept in, that success changed the vibe, and Baby Joe wasn't adjusting to YoungBoy's new level of fame. Whatever the truth was, it was clear that something deep had broken between them. For the longest time, Baby Joe stayed quiet. Not a peep. He didn't clap back, didn't tweet, didn't even defend himself. Maybe he was hoping it'd blow over, or maybe he still had enough love for YoungBoy to handle it privately. But silence can only last so long, and recently Baby Joe finally spoke up. When he did, man, it shocked everybody. His side of the story painted a totally different picture than what fans had been assuming. According to Baby Joe, he never stole a thing. In fact, he claimed the complete opposite, that the money was given to him by YoungBoy. But the problem started when YoungBoy was too intoxicated to remember it later. He said it straight, no hesitation. I never stole from none of my partners. I would never take nothing from none of my partners.
So look, right, check this out. Now you've been around your partner for how many years? You know, y'all done grew up together, right? You should know at a point like, or you should know whether or not your partner's gonna give you $70,000 for you to go and do whatever the hell you want to do with it. You know what I mean? Now, I've been around people that have been intoxicated, that, you know what I'm saying, being, you know, on next level type shit. I know if you was to give me $500 and I know your lifestyle and I know how you living, I know damn well that you don't that you ain't really trying to give me that $500. You feel me? So in the same sense, you know what I'm saying? Have he ever gave you $70,000? You know what I'm saying? Have he ever gave you $20,000 at once? If he didn't give you that amount of money at once, then maybe, okay, that might make some sense. But if he never gave you that money at once, bro, come on now. And then where the money at, just give it back to him. Be like, shit, hey, man, I thought you gave it to me. Hey, but here you go, because I don't want to break this bond with you, brother.
Then he added, it could have been a situation where it was given to me and forgotten, because cash might not have been in the right state of mind at the time. That line right there sent shockwaves through the industry. It implied that YoungBoy's own struggles with substances might have caused a misunderstanding that destroyed their friendship. Fans didn't know what to think. Was Baby Joe being honest, or was he throwing shade back in disguise? But one thing was clear. Baby Joe was hurting. You could see it in his eyes and hear it in his voice. This wasn't just about $70,000. This was about loyalty, trust, and the pain of losing someone who was like blood. He spoke like a man fighting for his name, his reputation, and his dignity in a game where rumors can end careers overnight. According to him, once YoungBoy sobered up and realized the cash was gone, he assumed the worst, that Baby Joe had pocketed it without permission. And from there, the brotherhood that once looked unbreakable started falling apart right in front of the world. From Baby Joe's side of the story, things looked totally different. In his eyes, that money wasn't stolen. It was handed to him, fair and square. He claims he was just holding cash that was given to him. No funny business at all. But when someone's mind ain't all the way clear, memories start twisting. And that's when things get messy. So now you got two completely different versions of the same night. And no cameras, no witnesses, just word against word. That's the kind of situation that can destroy even the strongest bond. Baby Joe opened up about how this whole mess broke him down mentally and emotionally. You could hear the pain in his voice when he spoke about it. This wasn't just a misunderstanding to him. It was disrespect on his name. In the streets, your reputation is everything. Your word is your bond. Being called a thief? That's a stain you might never wash off. He said straight up that the accusation crushed him. Not because of the money, but because it made him feel like the loyalty he gave meant nothing. He grew up believing that betrayal and stealing were the ultimate sins in the game. And now, people were looking at him sideways, whispering like he did the one thing he swore he'd never do. That'll eat at a man's soul. Meanwhile, while all this drama's been brewing, the contrast between YoungBoy and Baby Joe's lives couldn't be more different. YoungBoy's been out there running laps around the industry, selling out arenas, stacking millions, and solidifying his legacy. His massive tour has been one of the biggest success stories of the year. The man's been moving like a machine, city after city, crowd after crowd, bringing out surprise guests like Lil Tim and turning every show into a full-blown movie. The energy? Insane. The merch? Flying off the tables. We're talking about venues with 15 to 20,000 screaming fans every single night. And when you add in ticket sales, VIP passes, and meet and greets, it's a money-printing empire in motion.
So do y'all think, right? Do y'all think that the reason why, if he did take $70,000, do y'all think it's because he probably seen that NBA YoungBoy, was spiraling downhill or something like that? Or he was spiraling, so he felt like he wanted to, branch and do his own thing, being a fake friend at the end of the day, because all his other day ones is still there. You know what I mean? So maybe he felt like, NBA YoungBoy, he was already looking at prison time. He was getting all those prescriptions because y'all know why he went to prison for writing fake prescriptions and things. So do y'all think that, it was possible that he was looking at the fact that NBA YoungBoy was ruining his life, so he like, look, I'm just gonna take this and do my own thing. I don't know, man. Y'all get in them comments and let me know what y'all think.
YoungBoy's name glowing on billboards while his old partner, Baby Joe, watches it all unfold from back home in Baton Rouge. Because here's the cold truth. Baby Joe couldn't even leave Louisiana. Legal problems tied to old charges kept him locked down by probation, unable to hit the road even if he wanted to. So while YoungBoy's tour bus was crossing state lines and hitting sold-out stops in Houston, Atlanta, and LA, Baby Joe was stuck on the sidelines, scrolling through his phone, watching clips like a fan. He talked about it with heartbreaking honesty, saying, "I love it, man. He deserves it, man. Ain't no hating bone in my body. Whether I'm going or not going, that's still something I love to see. I keep up with it. I watch all the videos. I'm just watching from afar." That's heavy, fam. You can feel that pain between the words. Imagine seeing your brother, the same one you starved and dreamed with, now living the dream without you. Every night, YoungBoy's performing in front of tens of thousands, and Baby Joe's sitting at home, replaying memories of when that was supposed to be their dream together. The tour hit all the major cities: New York, Houston, Los Angeles, Atlanta. Places where Baby Joe's own fan base was ready to cheer for him. But instead of seeing him on stage, they got Big B, Ben 10, and the rest of the crew. The crowd still went wild, but for Baby Joe, that had to sting deep. He wasn't forgotten, but he was replaced. And that realization cuts harder than any lyric or diss track. In one of his recent interviews, Baby Joe kept it brutally real about what's been holding him back from reaching out to YoungBoy. "It's not hate, it's not ego, it's pride," he admitted. My pride probably the biggest one. That's really what it is. My pride, the biggest one."
Should never let his pride
That confession hit
stop
home for
him.
a lot of people who've been through similar fallouts. Pride can be poison, especially when love and loyalty are involved. He's torn between wanting to fix things and not wanting to look weak. It's the same pride that built him into who he is, and the same pride that's keeping him from calling the man he still calls brother. Deep down, Baby Joe's still got love for YoungBoy, that's clear as day. But the longer the silence stretches, the harder it gets to bridge that gap. And while YoungBoy's name continues to rise in flashing lights, Baby Joe's stuck watching his piece of that legacy fade into the background, one show at a time. This right here is real street psychology. In the hood, your pride and your reputation ain't just part of who you are. They are who you are. Once somebody questions that, especially somebody you love like family, that wound cuts deeper than any bullet or betrayal. When someone accuses you of stealing, it's not about the money, it's about the message behind it. It says, "I don't trust you." And in the streets, trust is sacred. For Baby Joe, that hit hard. This wasn't just a rap disagreement. This was family drama turned public. He said he could easily pull up on YoungBoy, look him dead in the eyes and talk it out. But right now, he's not ready. He's too hurt, too drained. He told interviewers straight up, "I'm feeling hurt, brother. So right now, I'm just letting it be what it be. I ain't really pushing the issue like that." That line right there says everything. He's not chasing clout, not trying to spin the story, just sitting with his pain and letting time do what it does. You can hear the heartbreak in his tone. When he speaks about it, that quiet kind of pain that only comes when someone you once would have taken a bullet for turns their back on you. This ain't business to him. This was blood, loyalty, shared dreams. And when family flips on you, especially in front of the whole world, that pain hits different. It's not the same as rap beef. It's betrayal in its purest form. The kind that changes a person forever. while YoungBoy's been out there turning into a mogul, filling arenas, topping charts, and stacking millions. Baby Joe's story has gone in the opposite direction. He's back home in Baton Rouge, surrounded by the same streets he and YoungBoy once swore they'd never return to. That's the cruel twist. While one made it out, the other got pulled right back in. Baby Joe's been honest about what life looks like for him now. He recently got released from jail over some old charges. Nothing too heavy, just old cases he let slip through the cracks. He admitted it all started spiraling after he got shot. His focus went out the window, court dates got missed, and eventually, it all caught up with him. Now he's trying to rebuild from the ground up, and it's rough. Without that BBG machine behind him, every move takes 10 times the effort. When you used to have built-in promotion, features, and marketing, being independent feels like starting over with no safety net. He's back hustling, trying to turn pain into progress. He even revealed he's been working on his own label, Wabu Records, and lining up 2 new projects called All On Me and Open Book. Those titles alone tell you where his heart is. All On Me sounds like a man taking full accountability, while Open Book screams transparency, like he's ready to let fans in on the raw truth of everything he's endured. But let's keep it real, going from being part of one of the hottest crews in hip-hop to being an independent artist trying to make waves again, that's one of the toughest transitions in the game.
Now I'm gonna tell you right now, it is a bad situation for him because at the end of the day, boy, NBA YoungBoy is too powerful when it comes to the rap game and too powerful when it comes, to the streets, right? That's a bad name for you to have on yourself, man. It is to be considered as a snitch, as a thief. I almost called him a snitch. Y'all heard that right? But that's a bad name to be called. Is a thief.
When you're BBG, everything moves automatically. Features, exposure, streams, everything. Now, Baby Joe's got to build that same machine from scratch with no major backing, no mainstream push, and no big team around him. And yeah, the financial side is hitting too. He ain't out here flexing like before. The flashy cars, the designer fits, the fast lifestyle, all that slows down when the machine stops feeding you. He won't publicly say what his money situation looks like, but it don't take much to read between the lines. He admitted he got a decent check recently, but when someone pressed him about how much, he just laughed and said, "Never let a person know what's in your pockets." Man, that's a real street mentality right there. Stay low, stay private, and never give the world ammunition to use against you. Still, you can tell he's grinding. You can feel that hunger to reclaim his spot, not for fame, but for respect. He's been posting snippets, teasing new songs, and slowly trying to rebuild that loyal fan base that still remembers the BBG days. But in this game, loyalty fades fast, and Baby Joe knows that the only way to win back what he lost is through consistency, humility, and maybe, just maybe, healing that broken bond with YoungBoy someday.
I don't know what to say, man. Hopefully, they come back together, they figure it out as brothers. If they don't, then I guess it won't be no more Baby Joe except for the ones that's listening to him in Louisiana, because he will not make it to mainstream. I don't believe. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all watching the video with me. If you made it this far, until next time, I'm out.